Hey friends, Paloma here and welcome to the Bates House. We have a ton of stuff. So grab a snack, grab a drink, start the dishes, do the laundry, organize your craft space, do whatever you gotta do because we are going to be looking at some fun treasures and I'm not gonna rush through it. I want you to take in all these goodies and just appreciate them for what they are. I will do overlays showing you how I incorporate them into my home or the spaces that I am gonna factor them into because that's a part of the fun. Seeing how we use and adore and love the vintage treasures. When we go further out, we always start our trip with Goodwill before we start actually going down the road. We go to Goodwill, we go to Starbucks. She's a Starbucks girl, she loves Starbucks. I don't know what they have, so I always trust her to order for both of us. And she does a really good job because it's so tasty. So we take our iced coffees and we head on down the road for an hour trip to a small town to their little resale shops. I'm gonna do Goodwill later. I'm actually gonna start with the small town stuff first, and the first store is Higgins. It is a huge warehouse size thrift store. The front of the thrift store is like clothes, and then you go further in, it's some hard goods, home decor. Then you have fabrics and dishes. And then when you go into the warehouse part, it's like furniture beyond furniture, but it is pricey. You're going in there and you're paying a pretty good price for a lot of different furniture, definitely more than Facebook Marketplace, less than an antique store. But I love going there because you get some really cool old pieces for a really great price. And this week, housewares, like dishes and stuff like that was 40% off. So let's take a look at what I got. First, I started off with copper molds. For some reason, or metal molds. For some reason, yesterday there was molds everywhere. Everywhere. There was so many in every place that we went. But I stuck with this one in Higgins. It's just a bunt pan. It was $1.85, so 40% off of that. This is that vintage kind of pinky looking copper metalware style of mold. It's very pretty. It's a pink color. It doesn't have a brand on it, typically vintage Korea, but it was $1.85. So 40% off of that, whatever that is. But that's the first one that I found and I actually purchased. There was plenty more, but I stuck to this one. Next, as a resale item, this is another mold. It's a porcelain mold with vegetables on the front, wall decor. Gorgeous piece, nice size, fun colors on there. It has the little orange ribbon, has the wire to hang it. This one was $5.85, and I'm definitely putting that one in the shop. It is a big size. I love the vegetables and the way they look on there. So cute. This is definitely gonna go into the shop. I can't wait to refurbish this, get all these different stains and stuff off, but it's a beautiful piece for less than $6. I thought that was a great find. Now, this is a personal item. I actually have vintage dishes that go with this set. I have the serving platters, the deviled egg plate, and all these other pieces. And I love vintage amber glass. So this is the Indiana glass footed plate. Looks like this. Very pretty. This one was also on 40% and it was priced at $7.85. So 40% off of that. And one thing that I actually love about this piece is the fact that it's not perfectly round. So all of these pieces are pretty uniform. They're all pretty perfect. They all look the same, but this is not perfectly round. There are some kind of like flat sides here. So it kind of adds like a handmade element to it. Even though it is a mold, you can see the mold lines. Either way, it's a gorgeous piece. I love the fact that it is footed. Just so nice. And it's a huge tray. Absolutely love that. Beautiful. Next, I found some vintage cast iron or cast iron trivets. This one I'm gonna be keeping. It is dated 1948, and it's just a really nice wall decor trivet. You hang it on the wall, put it on a hook if you don't have any storage space. It's footed. They were all $1.85, $1.85. I'm not sure if these applied for the 40% off, but it was like dishware and stuff like that, so possibly. If it was, then it was 40% off of that, but I don't have my receipt and I don't feel like looking for it. Anyway, there's this one. It reminds me of like a bubble blower. But that one's gonna be going into the shop. When it comes to stuff like this, I do treat it. So I will clean it and I will season it. So most likely I will oil it down, put it into the oven at a high temperature and kind of let all the oil burn off so that it could have that nice black coating. And this one was, it doesn't have a date on it, but it does say USA and it has hex stamped into it. This one says rings and it's stamped USA as well. Very, very nice, $1.85. So these are all gonna be refurbished and put into my vintage eBay store. Except for that other one, that one's mine, stamped 1948, I want that. I found some books. This one I just picked up because I thought it was totally awesome. So up here above me, if you've seen my Instagram videos and I kind of pan the house, there is a full ledge and it's about, I don't know, like 14 inches. It's a full ledge that spans the front of the house right here because our house is very strangely built. It's an open concept, and so there is a ledge that connects the front living space to the breezeway, which is kind of a hovering room. Very strange, right? So there's this full ledge up here, 12 to 14 inches, hard to tell from here, but I want to turn that into a built-in library. And there's enough room. I'd say it's about 12 inches out, maybe 2.5 feet tall. So you have some really nice room there to put some good sized books. And then the trinkets that you could build onto there, because we all love Beauty and the Beast. I will have some kind of rolling ladder that connects to that ledge and a full library across, all the brass and little porcelain trinkets. I'm doing it, right? Like I gotta do it. So I've already started to kind of build up my old book collection up there. This book just looked really cool. It was $1.50 and it says Our Best Wishes, Carol Beard Real Estate. It says The Treasure Chest, a heritage album containing 1,064 familiar and inspirational quotations, poems, sentiments, and prayers, great from the minds of 2,500 years. And it has a copyright of 1965. So there are just so many different things in here, so much information, but the front is super cool. Very, very cool. I loved that. So I picked that up and I'm gonna have that on display on my bookshelf, and it was only $1.50. How awesome is that? And if I'm not mistaken, green tag was 20%. So I think I got this for 20% off. I did, yeah, so 20% off, $1.50, whatever that is. Anytime I can get my hands on physical books, material, educational stuff about food preservation and recipes and stuff like that, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna stock up, because when the end of the world happens, if it so happens, like all of the conspiracy theorists believe it's gonna happen, I don't wanna be lost without information and knowledge. So I am creating my own food preservation pantry of books. So I have a really cool narrow shelf downstairs that I found on Facebook Marketplace. I gutted all the glass off of it. We added some shelves to it, and now it's my own little narrow library shelf. And that's where I put my canning pantry recipes. I put my canning journal, my recipe books, my canning books, and all that. And so this one is gonna go down there. It says Stocking Up Volume 3, the all new edition of America's Classic Preserving Guide. I am super excited by this. It says by Carol Hupping and the staff of the Rodell Food Center. How freaking cool is this? It is a huge, thick book, and it was only $2. Blue tag, I think blue tag was 40% off. And I mean, everything you could possibly need is in this book. Check that out. If the end of the world doesn't happen and we don't lose all of our electricity, great. And if we do, I can still preserve food on my gas stove and my pressure canner and water bath canner and my water well and all that other stuff. So this is awesome. $2 going into my collection. So that was it for Higgins. Now let's move on to the next store, which is actually one of our favorites. Okay, so like I said, molds were a thing yesterday. So I try to go after different kind of unique, larger size molds now, because I have sold the fish mold, I've sold the lobster molds, I've sold the other molds already. and I kind of just wanted to play with some other ones. So I found this big copper mold. It was only $3, and at this store is awesome. So it's called Forever Young. It's run by a group of women. A lady and her mother are the ones that like process everything, and they clean it up, make it nice for you, at least enough to where you're touching clean items. Everything's not, you know, bug filled and dirty and all that good stuff. So they actually take the time to kind of make things presentable. This place smells amazing. They price so fair, and their mission is to get things moving because it's 100% charity. It's just an amazing place. Anyway, I got this one. It's the Zodiac mold, fairly large. And this one actually says that it holds 12 cups. And it has the little hook to hang it on the wall. And it's just the Zodiac signs. There I am, right there. And it was only $3. Not bad at all. That's definitely going into the eBay store. Another mold. Found this one. This one doesn't have the hole like the smaller one. This one was only $2, and this is a copper color. This isn't the pinky kind of color. This is like copper color. It doesn't say how many cups it is or whatever, but it's in really good condition, and it was only $2. So I went ahead and picked that one up as well. Next, I found this larger one. There were several molds at this one place, and this one doesn't have the size information or anything like that, but this is huge, and it was only $5. It's like a pineapple kind of fruit theme. It looks like there's a pineapple, that looks like banana. I don't know what that is, a pear maybe? And then it just kind of repeats. You have some cherries, some grapes here. It's a huge mold. Look at that, for $5. I thought that was pretty awesome. It's in good condition. I'm excited to add that one to the shop. Next, I just walked in and saw these sitting on a chair. It was 2 for 50 cents. And they're just really pretty wood dowels. Like, why wouldn't you want those? You can use those for so many things. You can use them for decor. You can use them for repurposing. You can use them to wrap lace or ribbon on or whatever. And then they were only 2 for 50 cents. So $1 a piece, got those. So I didn't know that at this place, they have a box of freebies at the front. So you can get a freebie item whenever you go in there. And the first thing I grabbed was this ceramic canister, and it had a break in the ceramic, but it wasn't all the way through. So it was like a long crack, and it could possibly come apart. And so they had that in there, but it was like a whitish blue, and it had unicorns on it. And so I grabbed it, and my friend was like, oh my God. And she showed me, you know, like she has this unicorn tattoo. So of course I had to pass it straight to her. So I gave her that. Super cute, so pretty. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is here for free. So one of the little freebie items that I grabbed was this cute little Christmas tree. Looks like a little Peanuts Christmas tree. So cute. It's in this frame. It was priced at $3, but they had it in the freebie bin. So I had to get it because Peanuts, you know, is one of my favorites. Snoopy is my favorite. And it just kind of looks like a Charlie Brown tree. So yeah, I had to get that. That was a little freebie, and this one was a little freebie too. It was in the box, and it's just a little Christmas tree, little vintage tree ornament. Can't really see it because it's so tiny, but he's going in my Santa hutch whenever I put that up for next Christmas. Next, I found this box of stationery. It's just a really pretty corally kind of color set of envelopes and paper. And the paper is actually dated. It says Victorian Greetings, printed in USA. Oh, I thought it had the date, but it doesn't have the date. But very, very pretty. Has its little box, and these were only $1. So I decided to grab those because those would go fantastic in my vintage themed junk journals. So nice. Just add it straight into my craft room. I love that. Next, I found these. Super excited. I'm adding them to my candle making station. It's a wick trimmer. So I believe you use this to take off the burnt wick. I don't know if it actually cuts like fresh wick, but if it does, that's cool. It was only $1. Check that out. Definitely going into my candle making station. I have an antique candle making, like a, I don't know, it's like a metal thing, and it has the holes for all the different candles that you're gonna start. You put your wicks down in there, you pour your stuff in. It's an antique, it's old. Anyway, got this to add to my little station because why not? It was $1. Next goodie is this guy. Oh my gosh, I saw him and I could not leave him there. It is a brass duck stein.
That's cool.
It's so cute.
I like that one.
Check that out. $2 is what that was. $2. Beautiful brass. I could not. He is going in our bar cabinet for sure. Look at that. And he's pretty big for $2. I couldn't believe it. As soon as I saw that price tag, snagged it. Next, I found this glass jar. It has the eagle on it on both sides. It has a bunch of stars in the glass going all the way around the top and the bottom. Has this apothecary style lid, and it was only $2. It's a nice size. I'm putting this in my canning pantry. Probably gonna put, I don't know, like the rubber pieces for my reusable Tattler lids or something like that, or the Harvest Guard lids. I use both. But that's definitely going in the apothecary. That is so cool. Or it could go into our cup cabinet for all of our boozy, different fancy cups, and I can put my stir sticks in there. So, I don't know, whatever. It was $2. I'm keeping it, and I'm gonna use it in wherever it fits best for now. Okay, next, I found this mold. This is going into the shop for sure as well. It is Cordon Bleu 1986, the Franklin Mint. Gorgeous little bunny mold. It's porcelain. It's beautiful. Very springy Easter vibes. And this one was only $5. And I am definitely putting that into the shop. She is so pretty. She's already in really clean condition. Just needs some, like, you know how you get like that kind of like matte looking residue that kind of doesn't want to come off unless you use something abrasive like a barkeeper's friend or something? That's what I'm gonna do on this and get her nice and polished. Very pretty. Look at that. Cute little floral details around the rim. I love that. I thought that was so pretty. So that is gonna go into the eBay store. 2 more items from the Forever Young resale shop. My friend actually grabbed this and she wanted it, and then she decided to not take it. And so whenever we have something that we both kind of like, instead of just putting it back, we're like, okay, if you don't want it, I want it. And if you're not gonna take it, I'll take it. And so she really thought about it for a while, and then she put it back because she's like, I don't have anywhere to put it. And for her brain, initially, if she doesn't have anywhere to put it, she's not gonna get it. My brain, it's going somewhere. So she put it back and I was like, I'll take it. I'll put it in the general store or in the Bates Family General. So if you're new here, the Bates Family General is our canning pantry slash food pantry slash apothecary, everything downstairs. We call it the Bates Family General. And it's just this really cute spice board that someone made, hand painted, but the nifty little part is that in every one of these jars, they're labeled with a different herb. But the funny part is they literally glued the herbalies to the board. So the peppercorns had peppercorns, but they fell off. The rosemary has dried rosemary. The thyme has dried thyme. And so everything is actually glued on there. I can refresh and put the cinnamon stick bits back on there, and I can put the peppercorns back on there. I can put a bay leaf on there, whatever. I can just refresh it. This one has caraway seeds in a blue ball mug, like OMG. So I thought this was adorable. This is going in the Bates Family General. It was only $3, so I had to get it. Okay, so when you're out and you know that something is a thing in your gut, I knew it was something, right? So I recently did a haul where I found a dish that was very similar to this. It was shaped the same, but it was pink depression glass with a black and gold trim from the 1930s. I knew that after I researched that plate. Super gorgeous, beautiful, very elegant looking plate, right? So when I saw this, I knew that this shape was 1930s, but I also know that this color is known to glow when it's made from the 1930s. So I was hemming and hawing because I've been trying to tell myself to invest in a little travel black light, and I still haven't. But I kind of like going off of what I've learned. And so when I saw this plate for $14, I was thinking, if it is, it's worth the $14. If it isn't, it's worth the $14. So I went ahead and grabbed it, and sure enough, this baby glows. I mean, bright. The hubby was like, dang, it's like reflecting onto your hands whenever I was using the light. It glows. So this is uranium glass. It is gorgeous. It's a fantastic frosted plate in amazing condition, and it absolutely glows. So exciting. So it's Vaseline glass, uranium glass, it glows. So that is definitely gonna go into the shop. Okay, so that was it for Forever Young. Now we are going to do Goodwill. So Goodwill was our first stop on our way to make the road trip. It's always our first stop because it's going out of the next town, which everything is a ways away from us. And it just makes sense. Like if we're there and we're already en route to go wherever we're going, it makes sense to go there, right? Because it's our thrift day. So we stop in there first and then we go from there. Okay. So let's start off with just the most adorable little pieces. Abby actually walked up to these and saw them first. And I was like, oh my God, that is adorable. If you don't get them, I'm getting them. She's like, no, I'm not gonna get them. I'm getting these. Yeah, I got them. They are going into the shop. They are little mini deer blow molds. OMG. And I say they because there's two. Oh my gosh. They say tested, so they work, and they were $7 a piece. I am putting these in the shop for probably around, I don't know, like $40. Depends on how everything looks once I get this tape off, once I give it a nice clean, because she has some maker's flaws here where some of the adhesive or the paint or something here on her kind of spread and it doesn't look too pretty, but I mean, it's not bad. So I'm excited to kind of work on these and get them into the shop at $6.99 a piece. Yes, please. Those are going in the shop all day. And I can't wait to test them out and put that on Instagram. This is also going into the shop. This is the Cats by Nina cat vase. There were two of them, but one had a chip on the ear and it just wasn't as, I guess the word would be cute as this one. I didn't really like it as much. It was kind of wonky looking. So I got this one and this one was $3 and this is absolutely going into the shop probably for about $27-ish. I'm gonna do some research, but I'm thinking about $27, $28. We shall see. But it's a black cat with white and just so cute, like a little tuxedo cat. Adorable. And it is a vase. It is glazed all the way down, so it's a vase. Wow. You can even use it like in your kitchen for a couple of wood spoons. Just stand them up in there. So cute. A pin holder. Oh my God. Adorable. Next is a personal item. This is a vintage Kerr jar. It just has these really pretty stars around the rim. It has a plastic lid. It was $3, and this is of course going in the canning pantry. Don't know what I'm gonna use it for next. That or it's gonna go into the vintage baking station, which is off to the side over here. You can look it up on Instagram, #vintage baking station. I use all of my old dishes and stuff in there. Super cute. And this is going to go in there as food storage, probably in the baker's pantry. Next, I saw these hiding behind picture frames and I knew they had to be something. So when I took off the price tag, so I got them in the store and I was gonna check them in the store because they were $4 a piece. And did I want to pay $4 a piece? Only if it was worth it, right? Because I'm not keeping these. But then the guy that works in the back, he's an older gentleman. He came out and talked to us because when he sees us there, he's real chatty, you know, whatever. And so I was in the middle of checking everything. I didn't check these. We were kind of ending the conversation. I put them into my cart and then I just paid for them and left. So these are the, oh my God, for me to pronounce this. All Atelier Hagenauer. Listen, I don't know. So it's spelled Atelier, it looks like, and then Hagenauer and Wien. It's made in Austria, and it has some other letters stamped on there. I'm not sure what it says, but anyway, it says Rena, R-E-N-A. So anyway, these are pewter and carved wood. And the little bit of research that I did, y'all, I think my little 4 and 4, so my little $8 is going to translate into probably almost $200, if not a little bit more. Because I think a little bit over 200 would actually be fair market rate. Because one piece can sell for almost $200. And this is a 2-piece. Oh my gosh. So she has a little bit of a threading issue. Her screw no longer stays in the hole. But I'm just going to, I don't know, I might put a little wood glue in there and get her to stay, but she is in fantastic condition. They both have residue on their pewter, so I'm gonna look into it and possibly polish them and oil this wood, and I think they're going to be stunning. Stunning. And if I can get almost 200, a little under 200, we are going to be in the green for sure. Because I think my little $8 just paid for this whole day. Next is a personal item. I got this little fruit carrier basket tray wood thing. It's not old. It's not very old or anything, but it was $6. And I thought that could be used for so many different things. For entertaining, you could put napkins, utensils, cups, all the things in here. You could have cups, you can have some permanent markers so people can label their cup. You can have utensils and napkins, and then you can just carry it around and move it to the different areas that you need it. Fill it up, take it out, whatever. $6 is a fantastic price. It's all wood. And then these little berry baskets, OMG, can you just, so cute, and they all come out. You can use them for craft supplies, if your kiddos are painting or whatever. It's a nice little wood tray. You could use it as decor. You can put your little trees in there. For Easter, you could fill one up with carrots. You could fill one up with little bunnies and green moss, whatever. So cute. And it's functional because y'all know I'm huge into functional decor for $6. Not bad at all. So that is definitely a personal piece. I'm keeping that one and we're gonna have fun with it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go into the small antique store that rarely opens up really quick, and then we will get into the estate sale haul because there's a lot in that one. So in this antique store, it's a personal property location. It's a guy, he owns the building, or he owns the space in the building, and it just is what it is. He opens it whenever he's ready to open it, and he doesn't have to open it often. So whenever anyone sees him open, we are on Facebook or we're texting our friends, he's open today, you know, whatever. I've been in there 2 other times. No, 2 other times. I've been in there 2 other times. Today is the 3rd. And we've been here since 2018. So yeah, that shows you how often he does not need to open. So the last time we were there is when he told us, yeah, you know, this is just my kind of like small bits and pieces, kind of like a yard sale for me. He goes there, he'll open up when he's in town, so on and so forth. And I'm just walking through there like, oh my gosh, like you're living the dream. I wish I could have this kind of thing. His name is Rick. He's really cool. Today I expected to go in there really quick because my friend Abby texted me, because next door at the little gas station, or kind of like little mom and pop shop, they sell the feed for the chickens and stuff like that. So that's where we get that. You have to pass up the antique store in order to get there. And so she texted me, hey, he's open today. I jumped up out of my pajamas and put some tennis shoes on, put on a bra, and left. No makeup, nothing. I was not caring, because if he was gonna leave, I was gonna miss him. Not having that. And it's about, I don't know, 8 minutes to get there. So I went in there and I found a few goodies. We had a super long conversation. We were just talking about all the things because, you know, small town vibes. It's just what we do. And we were talking about all kinds of stuff. We were talking about vintage treasures. We were talking about generational kind of traditions and having common interests in all the old things, and kind of how he got started and all this stuff, right? Like he talked about how he was raising his kiddos to, like, you know, deal with people and sell things, and kind of building their character by making them work with his booth and all this stuff. And so I was telling him about Bates Boys Batch and how we always try to make the boys kind of participate and all this stuff. So we had just this long conversation. It was so awesome, because when you get to kind of bounce back information back and forth about the things that you love, why you love them, and like-minded kind of situations, and how you have similar perspectives about old things, it's just fun. So we chatted for a while, and then I finally went looking around. I got some of these last time when I was in there, and these last two just stayed on my brain. I wanted them, and I regretted leaving them there, because I was like, what if he never comes back? So I got them this time. They are dairy cartons. They were $3 a piece. I have a few of them downstairs in the Bates Family General, because I love to decorate with old grocery store items. And he said he bought them about 25 years ago, that a guy was selling like grocery store stock. Look at these milk cartons. Oh my gosh. I love them. And I loved them just the same when I got them last time, that I had to get the last two that were there. So they just look like this. It says Easy Limits Dairy Pasteurized Milk, 1 quart, East Limits Dairy Pasteurized Milk. And then it has this little country scene here. It says, such a convenience. Your single service container enters only your home, saves refrigerated space, keeps contents fresh longer, pouring lips sealed inside, protects your family's health, no bother to wash or return, no danger from broken fragments. So of course, it's just the market changing from glass dairy bottles to cartons, right? Because, you know, not necessarily the scam of convenience, but the beginning of constant waste, you know, but also you take the good with the bad, and things change, times change, and these are actually pretty freaking cool. And they have some great aged color to them, because I can almost guarantee they were not brown whenever they were filled and, you know, you bought them at the store. And this is by Pure Pack. Your personal milk container, dairy products are your best foods, use more of them, and so on. So it says Easy Limits, or East Limits Dairy, East Main Street, Zeeland, Michigan. Check that out. New cartons, unopened. Right here is where your opening is. So you prop it up, I guess, and just pour it out. Oh my gosh. So of course I got the last two, and these are going into the Bates Family General as old school decor. Another Bates Family General decor piece are these old cartons. So they just look super cute. I loved the fact that they were a green color with this nice poppy orangey red color. And the cartons are no longer like a brownish color, they're yellow. I got 4 of them. So cute. So initially, the cartons were $3 a piece. These were $3 a piece, and the total for everything would have been $25. But he's like, just give me 20 for everything and we'll just call it good. And I was like, okay, $5 discount. I will take it all day. And every time you come back, I'm sure I'm going to buy something else. So you'll get that $5 eventually. But anyway, look at that. These are going to be decor in the Bates Family General because how not? Another cool piece that I found is actually semi-local because we live near this town. And this was initially $2, and I'm kind of scared to pull this sticky note off. But it says Citizens State Bank. It is an old check. Now, why is that exciting? Not so crazy exciting, right? On the back, it has Main, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. It says $2.95, $2.25, $1.95, $1.75, $1.25, $1.10, 85 cents, and 50 cents. Why is that a big deal? It's not, but it's an old check. Citizens State Bank, Sealy, Texas, paid to the order of the dollar amount. But when you look at it, number one, it says Hill Litho, Waco, Texas. So I don't know if this is lithograph paper. Amazing. But look at that date. 194, fill in the blank. 1940s. Can we just? 1940s blank check. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. So I'm actually going to make copies of this for crafting. And then I am going to frame this one and put it in the Bates Family General. That's so cool. Like a general store. You know how you frame your first check, your first dollar, your first whatever. This is just going to kind of fit that theme. And I'm putting this in there. How freaking cool is that? I loved it. Last item from this antique store is this. We all love these. It's the Moon and Stars, beautiful amber glass. It was $5. So basically I paid for that stuff and got this for free. I actually have a full 4-piece set of the black Moon and Stars, but I have the large amber glass to this one from this set. This one didn't come with the lid. I didn't care because I can use it as a canister for whatever. The amber glass one that I have does have a lid, and I paid $3 for it. That was amazing. But I was willing to pay $5 for this. I'm so excited. So basically for my 20 bucks, everything was $2.50 a piece. I mean, can you just? Gorgeous. Love, love, love. And that is Ellie Smith, I believe. Okay, so I need to make some room and bring over this estate sale stuff because it is awesome. I'm kind of like so surprised and just in love with everything. So what happened was a friend of ours used to go to her family's friend's house in the neighborhood. And she was apparently like this real sassy lady, drove a convertible, you know, really great person and amazing house. And so they were helping with the estate sale on their estate. And it's a sad situation, but she also wanted kind of like the things to stay local. Because one of the really cool things about our neighborhood is that when everybody's having estate sales, we all go and we will purchase and help with the estate sale and support that. And as time goes on and we have parties and entertainment and new people move in and we get to know them, it's like, hey, I got this from your house. And my friend Abby actually moved into a house that is like 12 seconds away from me. And I have so many of the items from that estate sale, including my dining room table. And we just have conversations about, hey, I got this from your house at the estate sale and this and that. And she's like super excited to hear about those cool things because she now knows the family loved them. And so it's just like this really cool history and connection with local support with estate sales because it stays local. And then you get to share those stories. And then as you're sharing the stories of how you use them now, they tell you how they used them then. And the people here all know all the generations of families. It's so different than the outside world from here. So that being said, this was from an estate sale that was local. My friends, family friends owned this stuff and I can't wait to incorporate it into my own home. Okay, friends, so it literally took several minutes to move the stuff and make room for this stuff. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off like smallest to largest, like the smallest item and work my way up to the big stuff. I spent $97 at this estate sale. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40.
There's approximately 40 items and I spent $97. I am just excited about everything. So several of these items are personal. Like I'm not letting them go. I am keeping them local. And a few of them are gonna go into the eBay store. So let's see what I get. For starters, this was beautiful. Let me see if I can find a name. This says Estee Lauder on it, and it looks like an old pill box, but it has a mirror in it. So it's, of course, Estee Lauder. It's something cosmetic. I'm thinking it was some kind of palette because there is a metal pot in here. It is stunning. It is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagonal shape cosmetic makeup box. So the makeup tins of the Now was this. Check that out. I might have to do some overlays on these smaller items. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. On the inside, there's a mirror and a pot. How freaking cool is that? $1. $1 for this. It has amazing weight for a tiny little box. I can't let this go. This is absolutely going in my bathroom, in my hutch that my father-in-law gave me. Not hutch, it's like a wall cabinet that my father-in-law gave me, and I have all of my vintage glass jars, vanity jars and stuff in there. Beautiful for $1. Next, I found this little pot with a wood handle. It has a crown embossed into it, and this was $2. Now I don't see the word sterling on here, and it is a little weighted, but even if it is silver plate, that is beautiful. And I'm thinking I'm gonna use it in my craft room for wax melts. Look at how gorgeous that is. And that would polish up beautifully. I might polish it and just let it patina in my office. Stunning, stunning. At some point, the handle was black. I absolutely love this. Beautiful. So I got that, $2. Next, oh my gosh. They are these tiny ashtrays, and they were 2 for $1. So 50 cents a tray. And y'all, you could turn these into a spoon rest. You could use them in your craft room to consolidate little things. You could use them as jewelry tins, as coin catchers on your entryway, whatever. There's like so many uses for these decorative, gorgeous tins or metal trays. I am just in absolute love. These are definitely staying here in the house. So they are just like old tavern images with these gorgeous filigree type edges. Can we just look at how beautiful that is for 50 cents. This one is even more cute because it's so tiny. And there's a stamp here in the middle that says Denmark. How awesome is that? And it is an outdoorsy kind of scene. It's not inside of a tavern, it's outside. And it's just a bunch of people gathered around like under a little gazebo type thing or pergola with like plants and then wood fence, some barrels. So pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful for $1. Y'all, $1. These are actually going into the eBay store. They are Viners of Sheffield, England, silver plated MP, looks like something MP, $3. $3 a piece. I am going to polish these up beautifully. It looks like they are candlestick holders because there's like an incense indentation down at the bottom. But even if they're not, I mean, shot glasses in a bar area, something, and it has the lion's head, which is so trendy and so collectible. $3 a piece. Yeah, I grabbed both. Those are gonna be refurbished and put into the shop, and they are just gorgeous with the little lion's head on there. I know these are beautiful collectible pieces for somebody out there who loves elegant, fancy lion head collection pieces. Check that out. Oh my gosh, beautiful. $6 for the set. Look at this box. This was $1. Oh, please don't. Please, 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 please don't mess it up. It was $1, and it says Ford Building, Texas Centennial, Dallas, 1936. And it has the Ford Building on there, and it's a deck of cards. I love this box. I thought that was so cool. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I'm gonna put it in our bar cabinet. Next, I found these 2 cast aluminum little bowls. These were $1 a piece, and I loved them because they are beautiful little cast bowls, right? Just super cute dishes. But look at this little house. There's a little country house on there. I thought that was freaking precious for $1. So I went ahead and picked up both of them. And I can't decide if these are gonna go into the vintage baking station or if they're gonna go into the eBay store. The only thing that stops me from jumping on them and just keeping them is the center of the heart, or the center of the house is a heart. And I'm not a big heart fan. And so, yeah, these are most likely gonna go into the eBay store, but they are a great size, bigger for sure than a cup. But look at that, so precious going into the shop. Next, this is just all the old Victorian goth vibes that I can handle. I thought this was so cute. So it's this condiment dish, and it had this spoon with it. It says silver plated, Sheffield, England. And it's like a condiment dish. Look at that. It has a silver plate stand. This glass dish sits in it. Could you imagine this polished up and beautiful? How freaking awesome is that? That is so pretty. It was $1. Can you just? Looks like a light bulb, kind of lantern design. That is gorgeous. Now this actual band piece has some abbreviated letters that I cannot see, but then it says England. Huh, beautiful. Love that. Next is a personal item. I am absolutely keeping this. It's a butter tray. It's 3 pieces. So you have your actual base tray, then you have your glass tray, and I'm assuming these might have gone together. They're very similar style. I don't see any embossed or engraving. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so this one says EPC, it looks like. Has a crown in the center, a cursive S, and it says 340. I don't know if this is silver, but it's gorgeous. So here's your butter dish. Here is your glass dish, and then your top. adorable. Look at that. So fancy, so beautiful for $3. Imagine this polished. This is gonna look stunning for $3. I love that. Here's another goodie. This one was only $2. It is damaged, but you can't tell. So it is a vintage Mexico jewelry box. And at one point, if you look here, it had a lid. There's a hinge here that I'm just gonna pop off, and it had a lid. But this is a gorgeous, nice size, octagonal jewelry box. It will look beautiful once it's washed and cleaned. Just $2. That is gorgeous. That's at least 8 inches wide, at least 3 inches tall on these glass panels, and then your little feet down at the bottom. For $2, like if you re-gifted this and paired it with like some beautiful like serum or something like that for like a restroom vanity, nobody would care. That is stunning for $2. All right, so I have several small things that were in a basket. I have 2 of these red baskets that still have the packaged wrapping on them, and they're full of little knickknacks. There's this one and there's this one. And why did I pick it up? Because of the fact that I have actually ordered and paid full market price for the items that are in these baskets, and each one was $1 with all the stuff in it. Let's get started with this red one. So we have this one that has a bunch of little stuff in it, including these little vintage Christmas ornaments or little characters. Can we just? This one's holding a present. This one's holding a candle. They are absolutely adorable. And they were included in this basket. How cute. These might go into the shop because they don't quite fit any of my decor that I have, even though I do have vintage ornaments and vintage decor. I don't have any like little people characters. Next, I have a little Santa head, just a cute little Santa head with a candle in it. And if you don't know, I do collect Santa mugs, Santa head mugs for my coffee station. I have them on my coffee rack whenever the season comes. I just add them as decor, you know, whatever. I use them and I decorate with them. So there's that. That was in my $1 basket. Next, we have votives. We have this red one here. They have candles in them. They need to be cleaned, but so what? Who cares? They are gorgeous. We have this one. We have this one, which this one is a clear glass. It's a flash glass, so it's a clear glass painted with red paint. I actually have the red glass candle votives that look like this, and I changed them out for Christmas, and I put them in those candlestick holders right there. Next, we have these, and they have a name on them that says Petites Choses. So I'm assuming that's in a different language because it's spelled petites and choses, like you chose this, but with an S. So there's 4 of these. These are short, kind of little tea light candle holders. Those are gonna go into the shop because I don't use these small ones. The candles that I use are actually bigger, but they're pretty and red glass. So those are definitely going into the shop. Next, I've ordered these before for my own house. They are vintage candle votives and they say Taiwan. So these are vintage Taiwan amber glass candle holders. Can we just? There's not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5, but 6. I literally ordered full price, $35 before shipping, amber glass candle votives. how happy am I that I got 6 for less than $1, because there's also this glass thing here. I don't know what that's for. And we have 3 emerald green metallic-y little candles, still sealed with the plastic, and a basket for $1. So happy. So happy. I'm keeping those. I found these wood bowls that are super cool, and I thought these would be fantastic for making nice big candles. So these were 2 for $3. Check out these bowls. They're hand carved, deep, deep, deep bowls. Great size. I thought that was gorgeous. So primitive looking, very rustic. They are different pieces of wood, single piece wood. Look at that. So beautiful. I thought that was fantastic. And those would make great, great candles. Another one is this one here. And this was actually a candle dish. So I'm wondering if those were also candle dishes. I didn't read it when I bought it, but it says hand poured in the USA with clean burning soy wax, wild rose and oak. So this was actually a candle holder previously. So I'm thinking they were all for candles, which is literally what I bought them for. So this one was $1. It's hand carved. You can see all the flaws in there. Gorgeous black wood. I had to get that. So yeah, I got that for candles as well. And then it's never ending. Like you can repurpose it, you can reuse it, you can re-pour a new candle in there, and you don't have to worry about wasting material and product. Next, we have this made in Mexico. I think it's an ash pot. Like you ash your cigarettes and stuff into there, but it was only $2 and it's beautiful. And you can use it as a trash pot whenever you're baking. Put your eggshells in there, whatever, making cute little reels, toss them, whatever. It's so cute, and it's vintage Mexico with this wood handle, brass pot and lid. I loved it, and for $2, I felt like that was a steal. So I absolutely picked that up. Beautiful condition. It is embossed or etched down there, made in Mexico. The handle is not loosey-goosey, like it's tight in there. So nice. Imagine that polished and gorgeous. It's like literally reflective whenever you polish brass. It's so beautiful. Speaking of brass, this one is absolutely going in the shop. Check this guy out. It is a brass organizer for your desktop, and it's freaking stunning. It was priced at $8. You can see the sticker there. And I thought that was freaking magical. And now that I look at it, I kind of don't want to put it in the shop. It's so hard. It's so hard being a vintage collector. Because look, oh my gosh, it would be beautiful in this cabinet. Oh my gosh. It's so unique. It is heavy. It is a heavy brass piece. Oh no, I don't know what to do. I can't. I can't keep it. I'm buying, I need to put it in the shop. Oh my gosh. $8? Are you kidding me? Imagine what you could get at Hobby Lobby for $8. Like imagine. $8. And it is heavy. It's multiple pieces. They are screwed into the bottom. It's a great size. It's gotta be like 10 inches. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. Ugh. It's gonna go in the shop. I'm gonna put it in the shop. Next, I found this. It is a wood and leather boot remover. It's a woman's boot remover because you can see like the narrow heel. My husband's heel could never fit in that. Like never fit in that. So basically you stand on it and you hold your body weight is what holds you in place kind of, and then you pull your boot out, if that makes any sense. So you stand on it with one foot and you hook your heel in there and you yank it out. And that's how you take your boot off. Because if you've never worn boots or if you don't wear boots regularly, they're super stiff, even if they're broken in, and they're kind of hard to get past the heel. So having one to pull your heel down makes it so much easier to take your boot off. And this one was Miles City Saddlery, quality Western wear. It has an email address on it, so it's not that old. And it says 808 Main Street, Miles City, Montana. Has a phone number, and it says since 1909. For $3, yes please. Because you order plastic ones now, they're like $15 online. The hubby used it maybe twice and just completely destroyed it. So I am so happy to have this one. He has this one. He has a cast iron, kind of like caterpillar looking one, and then a heavy duty cast iron one and wood one as well. So these are just super awesome to have around in different places when you take your shoes off. Hashtag country living, because you actually have to wear boots around here. And it was so funny because me and my friend Abby, when we went thrifting this day, everybody kept pointing out our boots and acting like they were just like fashion statements. And I'm like, no, like, when you have animals, you have to go from the animal mud crap to your vehicle. So you do that, you wash off your boots, and then you jump in your car. So we were kind of like, no, they're functional boots, but you know, also pretty. So yeah, thanks. But for some reason, everybody kept making it a point to kind of tease about our boots. But I'm like, it's Texas. You wear boots. It was just strange. Anyway, moving on. Now we're getting to a few of the bigger items. We're almost done. We're almost done. I found this pot. So awesome. It is a copper pot. Super heavy. I'm sure this is a brass hardware. It's super patinaed. And it was only $3. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. This is what it looks like inside. And it doesn't have any identifying marks that I can see right off the bat. But can you imagine this beauty polished? Oh my goodness. Look at that. I can't wait to polish it. Wherever it was, it sat closed for a long time because the inside is so clean and the outside is absolutely patinaed. That is gonna be a gorgeous piece. Most likely gonna go into the shop because I don't use copper pots. I use a lot of cast iron and stainless steel, and I have a full vintage set, and then I have my cast irons that I build onto. So I do let the copper pots go, even though I have one copper pot that I haven't been able to let go of yet. So I might let it go. It might be in the shop, and I cannot wait to share what it looks like a before and after on my Instagram, because it's gonna be stunning. I'm sure of it. Next, I have this other thing that's just like reflecting all the sun into my eyeballs. That's better. Huge colander, $2, very nice. It's footed, has both handles, very clean, no rust or anything like that. It's just a really nice colander. I picked it up because I have a thing for colanders for some reason, and I always use the same metal mesh screen colanders that are like so raggedy and I never reach for my big ones. I don't know why, but it's mine and I want it and I want to have it. So yeah, I got that. It's nice and big. That's awesome for $2. This one, the lady was funny. So it was our friend's mom. It was our friend and her mom that were helping with the estate sale. And when I was paying, she's like, you can have it with all the bugs for free. And it's funny because I mentioned that in my last video about how, you know, the bugs are always a courtesy. You get the bugs for free and stuff like that. And that's why I refurbish when I sell my stuff, because I would rather you get it like as new as possible rather than sending it and you finding spiders and roach poop and lizard poop and everything in your things. But at an estate sale for $4, I'll take them. I'll take them. I'll take them. Shove them in the trash, down the drain, whatever. They don't bother me because this was priced at $4, spiders included, and I am okay with that. So it is this massive glass dish with a silver trim, silver lid, but that's not it. You take this lid off, which is in amazing condition. So it sat with the lid on forever. It has this nesting bowl in it. Oh my gosh, can we just? And that bowl sits in this metal holder, and you line this with your ice to keep whatever is in the bowl cold. Oh my gosh, talk about fancy. Yes, I'm using this. Absolutely using this for entertaining and displaying, because if that ain't bougie, I don't know what is. And imagine it polished and gorgeous. Oh yeah, for sure. For $4, I'll put in the work and the couple of hours that it's gonna take to polish it and add it to my personal collection all day. Okay, so we have 2 different items to go over and we are done. And I can't tell you, if you are still here, how much I appreciate you spending time with me. I hope you remained entertained. I hope you are excited to see these really cool different things. This is the first item I grabbed when I went in there. I love oil lamps. I love oil lamps. I have this oil lamp in my baking station at the top of the hutch, and I love them because how could you not? This one was actually used. There's oil in there. This one says Eagle on it. It was priced at $10, and it is a huge, gorgeous oil lamp, and I grabbed it. As soon as I walked in the door, took it straight over to the front, and I was like, yeah, this is the start of my pile. I am doing this, I'm getting this. And I absolutely love it. I'm so happy to add it to the other one that I have, because now if I wanted to move them as decor, I could actually put them on either side of the fireplace and it would be like a whole fancy vibe. And then if you don't want to actually use the oil liquid as with your oil lamp, which there's no reason you wouldn't want to, like it works. Then now they have clean burning fluid. So like, why not, right? Power outages, end of the world scenario, you got light, you have light. Anyway, you can get lights off of Amazon that are battery operated, timer operated, and just shove one in there. And then you have light and it looks old and fancy, but it's new age blended. And I love that. So this one was $10, huge, A-okay with me, personal item for sure. Now the last 2 pieces are a set and they were a bit pricier, but it doesn't even matter because once they go in the shop, they're gonna bring in some money. So I'm okay with that if I let them go in the shop. So they are these massive brass candlestick holders or pillar candle holders. And they are gorgeous, not polished, definitely gonna take several hours to polish, but they are going to be worth it once they are done. So you can see it has the spike there to hold your candle in place. I don't see any stamp or brand information on it, but these babies are huge, huge. And once you factor in that time to polish and to make them look brand new and ship them or whatever, they're gonna cost a pretty penny, but guess what? People don't care. As long as you've done the work and they can use it as soon as they get it, they are willing to pay that cost, because it's either you do it or they have to do it. And some people just don't have that kind of time, and time for them is money. And so if you're taking the time to do it, they'll pay for it. This is beautiful, beautiful and huge. So I can't wait to get these into the shop. They are gorgeous. I don't know, they're so big. Do I let them go? I don't know, because now I'm seeing them with my stuff and it just looks so fancy and pretty. Decisions, decisions. Life is hard, guys, when you're a vintage lover and maximalist. So that is it for this massive haul. I hope you were entertained long enough. And if you are still here, if you are the ride or die, I don't care if you came back and watched it 12 hours later, but you are at the end of this video, comment all the things somehow into your comment down below, so I know you are ride or die and you made it all the way through. Because these were fantastic goodies. I am ecstatic to work them into my home, to work them into the eBay store, for someone else to love them and see them after they've been amazingly refurbished and can look like their old selves. I'm so excited. All right, so I am still living off the rush of this. I'm still living off the rush wave from my vintage KitchenAid from the last haul. It has been an amazing week and I am so grateful for it, and I just can't. It's so awesome. All right, if you enjoyed this haul, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Leave some thumbs up down below if you thought this was a great haul. Leave that comment, all the things, down in the comment section if you made it this far. Share this video with anybody that is interested in vintage finds, moving into the thrift world, kind of maybe on a new sustainable journey for 2024. And if you are new here, welcome. I hope you decide to subscribe and hit the notification bell on your way out to be notified of new videos whenever I post. I am still working on my eBay room tour. It is probably about 75% the way. So this is gonna come out before that, but I'm thinking that the following Wednesday is going to be the eBay room tour, because that gives me about a week to work on it, and I can get that done for sure if I'm about 75% of the way. If you follow me on Instagram, I will have everything posted there. If you don't, you can follow me on my Instagram at the Bates House or hashtag Bates House, pretty much anything, and we will be there. But for now, guys, that is it for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.